the sky, boy.
And just so people can understand, you know, before you start making posts and vids and stuff like that, Triple H actually does have final say in who does get released, believe it or not. I know some of you are out there saying, don't blame Triple H. Yeah, you can. You can. So if you're mad about it, then you can blame Triple H as well as everybody else in TKO. If you're upset, if you're truly upset about the release of, you know.
I don't think he has final say.
He absolutely does.
I don't think so. I think if
absolutely does.
If Ari Emanuel wants somebody gone, they're going to be gone. I don't think Triple
absolutely does.
Triple H can override Ari Emanuel.
Absolutely does.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm a stand on that. He absolutely does.
How does that make sense?
He has final say. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't make sense, Track.
He is the final say on who gets released. That's a fact. Period.
If TKO leaves Nick Khan and Triple H alone on the WWE side, that is true. But again, there is a TKO board, Track, so he can't be outvoted by Ari Emanuel, Dwayne Johnson, and stuff like that. It could happen. But they're bringing in the money, Track. They're bringing in the money, so that's not the issue right now.
Listen to me. He has final say on who leaves. That's it.
And we're supposed to just buy it because you're saying it.
No, you're supposed to buy it because it's the truth.
Why is it the truth? Let's flesh
because
this out. How sense? What do you have?
What do I need? What do I need?
I don't know, something like it doesn't make any sense that a person that doesn't own the company has the final say. He might have a ton of autonomy, like Prof says, right? If they leave him alone, but if they ever wanted to step in and make a call, they're gonna do that call. Look at what's happened in the last 2 WrestleManias. You're gonna tell me that that's Triple H's fault?
Are we going back there again?
Look at what happened. You know whose fault that was?
It was Triple H's.
It wasn't Triple H's fault.
Yes, it was.
How?
Yes,
Explain.
it was.
Please explain.
The first time, fine. The second time, that's all on you. You got burnt in the ass the first time, and you didn't have the good sense to make sure you had a fucking backup plan. And if we're gonna go back there, he didn't ruin shit. He didn't book the whole fucking WrestleMania. Triple H did. Stop giving that motherfucker a pass. Cut it out.
I would stop giving Triple H a pass if The Rock would stop getting in the way.
The Rock did not book the entire WrestleMania that none of you did not fucking like. Okay?
It's not about no.
You didn't like
it's
what
about
happened
the main event and how he
okay. The main event is not the whole show. I ain't hearing this shit. No.
Hold on, we're gonna go through.
I don't give a fuck if he inserted himself. You should have had a backup plan.
We don't even have to go to the screw up with the Royal Rumble, right? And after Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble, freaking The Rock got involved. And he's like, hey, listen, I'm going to fight Roman Reigns anyway. It doesn't matter that you won the Royal Rumble. We're not even going to get into that, right? Fast forward to now. And he does the whole, I want your soul, right? I want your soul, John Cena. You know, or what is it, Cody Rhodes? I want your soul. And then John Cena sells out to The Rock. There was no need for that shit, but whatever. And then you never see The Rock again. And then when they ask about it, and then Travis Scott comes out of nowhere, which is freaking ridiculous, right? And
who was a part of that storyline? Remember that while you're saying this. Go ahead.
Rock's underling too. Remember that.
Yeah. Okay. Did they make any? First off, it made no sense. Second, did they make any reference to The Rock? None. And then he goes.
Are you mixing? I'm sorry. Are you mixing the Pat McAfee interview with the shit that we're seeing on Mondays and Fridays? You can't do that. Because if you mix in what Rock says on Pat McAfee show, it's all this, it's scripted, I said this, or whatever the case may be, and then you go back and try to watch the show, you're not going to like it. Sometimes you got to separate what you hear from the supposed realistic shit that he said on Pat McAfee with the storylines that was trying to go on.
Dude, what you just said makes zero sense on so many fucking different levels. It makes zero sense. All right, it didn't. Let's separate the Pat McAfee interview for the sake of argument here. The storyline still didn't make sense on WWE television. Zero sense, all right? Because you still didn't see The Rock at all, no mention of it, whatever. So it made zero sense. What happened to that? That's not the way things work in real life. Then he goes on Pat McAfee. He goes on Pat McAfee, and he gives the biggest bullshit explanation, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy saying? I remember listening to that, and I'm like, oh my god, reminded me of somebody I know. I'm not gonna say it here on air.
You just did it. You're mixing again what I just said. You're mixing Pat McAfee with what you saw on TV. Travis Scott was.
What did I just tell you?
Can I just say?
I was talking.
Travis Scott was a Rock underling.
First off,
and he did it on the bidding of The Rock.
All right, this is my show. I can shut this shit down right now. Right fucking now, I could shut this shit down. Okay, right now. All right, A-Track and you. I'll just shut you down right now. I've muted A-Track Brown so many fucking times. I have the fucking power. Okay, there's that. 1, 2. I already said for the sake of arguments here, we're separating it, right? And it still doesn't make sense on WWE television if you separate the interview he had on Pat McAfee. But the fact of the matter is, you can't separate it because what he was doing was explaining why he wasn't on television in the fucking first place, and his explanation didn't make any sense. Come on, Professor. Stop the freaking nonsense. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, bro. Zero. I so wish that The Rock had nothing to do with any of this, and I could just remember The Rock from the late 90s and the 2000s when he was awesome. I wish he wasn't around. It's a fact. This isn't a matter of opinion. This is a fact. He screwed up 2 WrestleManias in a row to the fact that they had to rework everything, and then they had to try to explain away a storyline that never happened on TV because the motherfucker never showed up after he said he would. There's no logic going on with the storyline. You know it. He knows it. The American people know it. Everybody fucking knows it. Now, you want to explain this away because you love The Rock or whatever, go right ahead. I want to hear the propaganda that's about to come out of your mouth. This just did not work out, and it was some of the worst storytelling ever in the history of professional wrestling.
Okay, yeah, The Rock kind of fucked up, but ultimately this is all on Triple H. He is head of fucking creative, and he couldn't fucking do his creative fucking job, like coming up with a creative alternative to the fact that this man wasn't going to show up. It's called having a backup plan. But since he can always do the same shit that he keeps fucking doing, and he knows you motherfuckers will fall for it, he will pass the buck. No, it's not my fault. It's all The Rock's. The Rock came in. I thought he was going to come in, but I wasn't smart enough to come up with some backup plan, and I let it happen to me again. So now, if this happens again next year, what's the fucking excuse going to be then? The fact of the matter was Travis Scott was a part of that storyline. You didn't get The Rock coming out, and so the fuck what? Y'all don't even want to see that nigga. So why are you fucking complaining? What are you complaining about? Oh, he fucked up the storyline. What storyline? It sucked from the jump. Fuck John Cena. Why do you care? Why? Why? For what? Fuck it. It's stupid. It's been stupid. And just so we are clear, I don't give a fuck what you say. If we didn't have The Rock last year, that entire feud would have been fucking boring. Cody talking about his father, crying this, that, and the third. Roman Reigns fucking lazy ass style promos about, I think I'm cool. I'm the tribal chief. Back and forth for 2 weeks of garbage. You had The Rock, and that nigga made you entertained. He punked out Cody Rhodes. He made that nigga bleed. He talked about his mama. This year was a little bit different because he no-showed or whatever. But you should have had a fucking alternative plan. You're the fucking head of creative, and you can't be creative of shit because you don't know how to fucking prioritize or pre-plan shit or have a backup plan or whatever. He should have had a backup plan, and he didn't because he fucking sucks. Triple H can't book. He ain't creative for shit. Welcome.